Are the maps in your apps looking a little flat these days? Would you like to add a new dimension to your web and mobile app user experiences? Well, now you can do just that across Android, iOS, and web with photorealistic 3D maps from Google Maps platform. Photorealistic 3D maps have been available for our JavaScript Maps API for a year now. And at I/O this year, we announced they're moving to preview. We also announced new mobile SDKs for iOS and Android. This means you can now bring these super immersive, engaging, and very beautiful 3D maps using Google's incredible high-fidelity data to all your users, whatever platform they're using. Let's have a quick look at the basic capabilities of the 3D API and the new native mobile SDKs. After that, I'll show you how you might use them to build these immersive and engaging user experiences across platforms. We'll start with the camera. This allows you to control the map view using location, altitude, heading, tilt, roll, and range. You can see a simple demo app here that uses a slider to change the tilt and heading. Combine these settings to create your own custom views of anywhere. The camera view can be animated using the built-in Fly Camera To and Fly Around methods. This allows you to preview experiences at more than one location and join them together into your own custom sequences. You can add map markers and 3D models, and you can draw lines and polygons. Having the extra dimension of altitude opens up a new way to interact with maps. Now your mobile users will also be inspired by the beautiful views and will be engaged by the immersive experience. You can use this to help them explore unfamiliar places and to make decisions. For example, where to go, whether that's booking a vacation, planning a road trip, replaying a run or hike, choosing a hotel, or even moving to a new city. 3D maps are great for exploration and discovering what an area is really like. You can even show your users the view from their chosen room or apartment, or suggest scenic walks, runs, bike rides, or trails. This iOS example animates a trip across Hawaii using the built-in camera path animations to showcase highlights and using markers and a polyline to highlight the route and places to visit. With over 2,500 cities mapped in 3D, you will find so many amazing views to bring new experiences to your users. And with the iOS and Android SDKs, you can build experiences that users can take with them. For example, maybe the 3D map helps a user book a family hotel with the best beach view or city view, like in this mobile SDK example. And the mobile experience helps your users plan a day trip on the go, using the integrated places layer or integrations with other Google Maps platform APIs for place search and route planning. Getting started is easy. First of all, you will need an API key, and you will need to enable the APIs in the Google console. That's the Maps JavaScript API and the Maps 3D SDK for iOS and the Maps 3D SDK for Android. You can find a lot more detail on building 3D maps in the Maps JavaScript API in our previous Geocast here. But to quickly recap, to create a map with the Maps JavaScript API, just import the Maps 3D library as shown here, then create a Map 3D element with basic options for map center, tilt, range, heading, altitude, and roll. You can also declare HTML elements without using any JavaScript at all. The GMP Map 3D element takes the same parameters in line. Now let's have a look at how it's done in the new mobile SDKs. For iOS, add the Google Maps 3D package using Swift Package Manager. Import the Google Maps 3D package into a Swift UI view and declare a map as shown here. You can use a state binding for the camera, or you can initialize a map without specifying a camera to start with the default 3D view of the globe. On Android, declare your map like this. You will need a latitude-longitude coordinate for the center point. Use the other settings to control the view, such as the camera heading, tilt, and range, plus any restrictions on what area the user can view. Then, initialize the map like this. Wait for the onThreeDMapReady callback to start interacting with your map. Next, all you have to do is find some locations to fly to or fly around, maybe using Google Maps or Google Earth. Once you've created your map, it's easy to add content to it. The mobile SDKs support using markers to highlight interesting places. You can also draw lines and polygons and add controls to toggle their visibility in a few lines of code. 3D models can be added just as easily. The API and SDKs support the GLTF model format, so you can add fun experiences or tie the 3D map in with your brand. You can use new concepts such as marker altitude. This can be relative to the ground, to the mesh, or an absolute value. Use this setting to anchor markers on top of 3D buildings or features. Use occlusions and collision settings to control how the map works when markers or models are obscured by each other or by 3D map features. The API and SDKs give you all the control you need to make your markers and models display just how you want them to. And you can animate the camera view using built-in methods or create custom animations. Here's the code for a simple Android example. And here's how you might code it on iOS. Check out the blog for more details and great demos. Don't forget to watch the I/O session video presented by my colleague Dale Hawkins. You can find the video here. Find the docs and codelabs for the new Android and iOS SDKs here. You can find Android and iOS sample apps on GitHub. And as a reminder, you can find the JavaScript docs here. There are also many samples you can use for inspiration and to get you started. All the links I just mentioned are in the description below. So, now you have what you need to get started with beautiful, immersive 3D map experiences across web, Android, and iOS. Head over to the documentation now or check out the sample apps to get started. We can't wait to see what you build.